how has that experience of changing systems shaped your perspectives about your own identity?
That's not something that I really thought about it in the beginning. It was just me having this really thick Portuguese accent and seeing that how my parents were proud of the fact of me having that accent. So I was like, oh, my parents are proud of that. I should also be proud of that because they are proud of me for having this accent. It was just later when I moved to UWC, when I went to a boarding school in the Netherlands, and I was exposed to people from different countries, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, that I started to notice how bad it was, that feeling of me being proud about it.
Now that you understand how these family dynamics, like your parents being proud of you, push you to do such things as being proud of yourself because you speak the language of your colonizer, what's your perspective about a young child speaking Portuguese in Mozambique?
It's not all the family, because I have a couple of friends that they speak the traditional language. For a case like mine, it really just goes about how much colonization has impacted. Looking at my family, colonization has impacted them a lot, not even just in language, but also in food habits, religion, and those things. I think it's just about people having the ability to acknowledge that they still live within those post-colonial ideas and try to change, which is something that I don't think a lot of people in my country are aware.
I feel like also not positively praising one accent or the other, and like not looking at the Western culture, language, and accents as higher than more ethnic, more traditional languages and accents as well.
Do you feel like your identity is being lost, or is something that you're still proud of?
I think it's something that I'm still proud of. There are some things that I still want to change, but now every time I think about my identity, I see it as a very mixed identity. I feel like in the past years, being around people from different backgrounds and then also at home where people speak Portuguese and then other traditional languages, I have kind of gotten this mixed identity. I don't think I have that much trouble when it comes to my identity as it used to be before. I acknowledge how wrong was the fact that my parents did not enforce me and my brother to learn our traditional language. I acknowledge how wrong that was, because one of the reasons why they say that they did not want to teach us the local traditional language was because it would mess with our Portuguese accent.
I'm not proud that I didn't learn Igbo, but I feel like the thing about Igbo people, we're one of the tribes that don't really teach our children the languages, especially if we live in the cities. Like I grew up in Abuja, and I feel like in comparison to my Yoruba friends or Hausa friends, they grew up in their households speaking those languages even within the cities and even within the US too as well. I noticed there's a difference between people who are Igbo and people who are from other tribes. And I'm trying to learn it at this point in my life, but it obviously is harder. My mom could have made it a point to teach us growing up because she did speak it at home, but she didn't make it a point to actually enforce it with us. There's a difference between me and my siblings as well because they speak more traditional languages, Hausa, Igbo more. But then me, I left home a little bit earlier than them, so I didn't really have the opportunity to also grasp those languages. Going through secondary school too and boarding schools, and that makes you learn those languages more, whereas me, I was in public school in Georgia. It doesn't really affect me. I would want to learn the language. I'm not sad about it. It's not, oh, it's a missing part of my identity, but it's something that I would want to learn and also pass on to future generations as well, because that's the only thing that would make me sad about it. But I'm not like, oh, I don't know who I am. I would want to make it more of a thing to teach my future children their native languages, but I also would want them to be comfortable in the fact that they can experience other cultures. I guess soak it all in and just be, not feel the need to identify with only one thing.